Good evening and welcome to our online concert. My name is Lewis Edney and I'm the new Director of Music at Bishop's. Since returning in September, it's been incredible to hear live music again, to hear the rehearsals, to hear the pupils practicing, to hear the instrumental lessons. All but one of our peripatetic teachers are back in the department teaching live lessons one-to-one. Rehearsals are happening every morning before school, and the pupils are coming in generating their own rehearsals at lunchtime as well. I'm incredibly grateful to the headmaster and the senior leadership team for their support and allowing us The choir has been split into bubbles in their year groups this year, and our first piece this evening is going to be the sixth form choir. They recorded in the school chapel for the service at the beginning of this month. The theme was creation, so it seemed sensible to perform one of the choruses from Haydn's marvellous oratorio, The Creation. This, being number 27, achieved is his glorious work.
Achievement is the glorious one, a song and be the praise of song as he the praise of God, the praise of God, the praise of God. Glory to his name forever. His songs and high exalted.
to our first three soloists. Firstly, Michael from Year 10 on piano. Michael is going to perform the Ballade, which is the third of 6 pieces for piano by Johann Brahms. This set of compositions was the penultimate that was published before his death, and, like many of Brahms's works, was dedicated to his eternal love, Clara Schumann. Then Ben from Year 8 on trumpet. Ben is going to perform the third movement from the Concertino for Trumpet by American composer Morris. Good luck with that over half term. And then Christian from Year 11 on violin. Christian is going to perform the Playera by Pablo de Sarastre. It's said that Sarastre, having watched his father struggle with the same piece on the violin many times, picked up the violin and played it perfectly for the first time. He gave his first solo concert at the age of 8, and this piece, the Playera, is from his second book for solo violin called Spanish Dances. Our next two performers are both Year 12 A-level musicians. Firstly, Jonas on the flute. Jonas is going to perform the Notturno, a piece written for solo flute and piano by the German composer Salomon Jadassohn. Jadassohn was a pianist and a composer, mainly writing for piano, but right at the end of his life he wrote two pieces for flute and piano, this and the Capriccio. Then Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily is going to sing Take, Oh Take Those Lips Away, which is a setting of the poem by William Shakespeare by English composer Madeline Dring. Madeline Dring studied at the Royal College of Music and was an English pianist and songwriter. This comes from a set of 3 Shakespeare poems that were set to song, originally for baritone, but they've now been transcribed for pretty much every other voice, and Tiger Lily here sings in an alto setting.
So sweet.
We come to the final two performers of the evening. Firstly, Finn, year 13, on the alto saxophone. Finn is going to perform the first movement of Histoire by Jacques Ibert. First movement of this selection of pieces is called The Leader of the Golden Tortoises. Histoire was written originally for solo piano, which Ibert performed himself, but at the request of the Paris Conservatoire, he then arranged it for solo flute and piano, and then subsequently for alto saxophone and piano as well. And then Tanné in year 12 on the piano. Tanné is going to perform the Fantasia in C minor by J.S. Bach. Now published as a Fantasia and Fugue, the two movements were found several hundred years apart, and the fugue, being in an unfinished state, has been finished by several other composers. Before we hear the final piece of this evening's concert, I have a few thank yous to make. Firstly, to all the performers for taking their time to practice, rehearse and record their pieces. Secondly, to Jacob from Year 12, who has taken all of these individual videos and put them into a running order. And finally, to Tanny, also from Year 12, who has created the audio for this final piece. The choir, as I explained at the beginning, has been rehearsing in individual bubbles, not as a whole. But we wanted them to come together to perform one piece this half term. So every member of the choir has submitted an individual track, and each choir has had a video taken of them in their morning rehearsal, for a combined performance of Franck's Panis Angelicus. Thank you again for joining us this evening, and I do hope that at some point this year I will get to meet you in person. But for now, I hope you have enjoyed the concert and enjoy your half term.